Hey guys, it's Miss Hybert. Ready for your quick math lesson today? All right, good. So today we're going to be doing lesson 7, and that's going to be your math journal, pages 245, 246, and then you'll have a math boxes page to do as well. All right, so today we're going to be really focusing on division. Okay, so our partial quotients division strategy that we use is going to be your best friend for this. Now, before we left school, all of you really were pros at partial quotients division. You're really good at it. So this is going to be good practice building on what you already know, okay? There's going to be lots of steps to these problems, so it's going to be important to underline the things that you know from the number story and really organize and lay out your details, okay? So work slow with me, and I'm going to give you an example for number 1, and then you'll be able to do the rest of these no problem, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Look at number 1 with me. Margaret and her friend, we can imagine Maggie and Mars in this situation, can't we? So Margaret and her friend have 2 summer job offers. A job babysitting is for 8 hours each week. With Margaret and her friend both working this job, they would earn $208 each week. That's pretty good. A summer camp job is for 7 hours each week, and together they would earn $210 each week. Which job pays more per hour for each girl? How much more per hour? Okay, so this problem's asking us a lot of different things. And I think it's going to be important to go ahead and underline what we know and what we notice, okay? So this problem is telling us how much these girls earn per week together, okay? So what it's wanting to know is how much does one girl earn for 1 hour, right? So we've got to really break this down. We're going to be doing a lot of division and some subtraction, okay? So let's underline what we know. All right, what do we know about the babysitting job, okay? So the babysitting job is 8 hours a week, right? Now, both of them are working this job, and they get $208 each week for that babysitting job, okay? Now, let's take a look at that summer camp job, okay? The summer camp job is for 7 hours each week. And remember, they're working together. Together, they earn $210 each week, okay? It's asking us which job pays more per hour for each girl and how much more per hour. Now, if we just look at this, we could say, summer camp, right? Because there's 210. 210 is more than 208. Sure, but that's not what it's really asking. Okay, so let's figure out how we can answer this problem. So first, we're going to need to break it down to see how much they would be getting for 1 hour of work instead of for 8 hours of work. So let's look at our babysitting job here first. I'm going to do all my work over here on the side. You guys like my new black background here? Just thought I'd change it up on you a little bit. But this is going to be a lot of work. You may want to get like a piece of notebook paper, a piece of scratch paper. I'm not entirely confident that it's all going to fit right here, okay? So I'm going to be doing my work over here on the side on my little blackboard space here. So be sure to keep your stuff organized and make sure you're like clear with what you're doing. So I'm going to label this part of my work the babysitting job. All right, so let's figure that part out. To figure that out, we want to see how much they would get for just 1 hour. All right, so to figure that out, we need to divide. We're going to be doing 8 divided by 208. So we're taking the hours and what they make each week. We're going to divide that, and then we'll be left over with how much they both get for 1 hour. Okay? So let's get started. Remember, we're going to be doing our partial quotients division strategy. So go ahead and set up your house to look just like mine and draw your line. All right, ready? Here we go. So let's ask ourselves, how many times can 8 go into 208? Well, I surely don't know that off the top of my head, but I can get close, okay? So I know that 8 times 2 is 16. So what if I did 8 times 20? That would give me 160, and I'd say that's pretty close to 200, right? So now I'm ready to subtract. So 208 minus 160 would be 8. Ooh, can I take away 0 from 6? Nope. So mark out the 0, make it a 10. Mark out the 2, make it a 1. All right, 10 minus 6 is 4, and 1 minus 1 is nothing. Okay, so now I'm ready for the next step. Ask yourself, how many times can 8 go into 48? What can I get to get close or even exact? Now, the whole point of doing this partial quotients method is you work with numbers that you know and you like to work with, okay? So I like to work with numbers like that end in 0, that end in 5, things that I know really easily and right off the top of my head. So, if you didn't know what times 8 would give you 48, you know how to at least get close. So think 8 times 5 equals 40, right? You could do that. And now you're ready to subtract. So 8 minus 0 is 8, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So we're left with 8. Now we're ready to move to the next step. Anything times 8 give you 8? Yeah, 1, right? 8 times 1 is 8. Subtract 0. We're done with that part, right? This goes in evenly. So to get your final answer, you need to take all of these guys and add them up. So really quick, what is 20 plus 5 plus 1? 26. You're right. Now, am I done? Is $26 the answer that I need for the babysitting job? Good. I hope you said no. We're not done. That's for both girls. This answer of 26 is how much they both get combined in 1 hour. We need to break that apart, right? We need to break apart that 26 and to see how much one girl gets in an hour. And to do that, all you need to do is divide again, okay? So now if you don't know what 2 divided by 26 is off the top of your head, just set it up as a division problem, okay? So 26 goes inside the house. And then I've got my 2 outside. Set up my line for partial quotients, and I'm ready to go, okay? So remember, you work with numbers that you know off the top of your head. Any multiplication strategy will work to get this division problem. That's the beauty of partial quotients. That's why I love it so much. Now, before we move on too far, where did I get this 2? And why am I dividing it by 26? Yeah, you're right. So I got the 2 from the 2 girls that are working. So I'm taking that 26 and dividing it by 2. That way, we'll see how much just one girl makes. Because the 26 that we got before, over here in this first division problem, was for Margaret and her friend. We want to know how much just one girl makes. So that's where I'm getting the 2 divided by 26, okay? So the 2 is for those 2 girls. We're going to split it apart, figure out how much one girl makes per hour. All right, again, so use numbers that you like to work with, whatever your strategy, your multiplication strategy is, it all works out in the end, right? So if you don't know what 2 divided by 26 is off the top of your head, you can get close. So something times 2, that'll get me close to 26. I know that 2 times 10 is 20. That's pretty close, isn't it? So now I'm ready to subtract. And that will leave me with 6, right? All right, what times 2 will give me 6? Well, I know that off the top of my head. 2 times 3 is 6. So I'm ready to subtract again, and I'm left with nothing. So that shows me that I'm done with that part, and I'm ready to add my 2 little bits over on the side here. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. Whew! Yay! We're ready! We see how much one girl will equal for an hour of work. So for the babysitting job, each girl will get $13 an hour. Woo, that's pretty good. All right, but we're not finished completely with the whole problem, are we? We've still got to figure out how much one girl will get for an hour of work at the summer camp job, okay? So let's move into dividing and figuring that out for the summer camp job. So I'm going to come here under my work that I've already done. Here's my summer camp job stuff. All right. Now, let's take a look at what we know. So for the summer camp job, it's 7 hours a week, and they get $210 a week. So now I know how to set up my division problem. I'm going to be doing 7 divided by 210. So let's set up our house. 210 goes inside. 7 on the outside. Draw my line. I'm ready to solve, okay? All right, what times 7 can get me close to 210? Well, I like how I figured out this one up here. My strategy was like to do it times 20. But what is 7 times 3, guys? 7 times 3 is what? 21? Yeah, so what if you did 7 times 30? Ooh, 7 times 30 would be what? 210? What? That gives us an exact answer. That's kind of fun. So let's do our subtracting. We're left with 0. Oh my goodness. So what is the answer? All we have to do is add up right here. So what is our answer? We can do this super quick. Our answer is 30, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So 30 is how much 2 girls make in 1 hour. That was an easy and fast division problem, wasn't it? So it's really good to know your extended multiplication facts, right? Those come in handy, especially for something like this. I just get excited when stuff like that happens. But now, are we done? No, we have to take that 30, and just like we did up here, where we took our 26, we're going to have to take that 30 and divide it by what to figure out how much one girl makes an hour? Yeah, 2. You're right. So let's set up our division problem over here on the side of 30 divided by 2. So let's put our house here. Now, some of you may know this off the top of your head, but if you don't, that's okay. Let's just set it up as a division problem. All right, is there anything times 2 that'll get you close to 30? Well, I know that 2 times 10 is 20, right? That's pretty close. So let's go ahead and subtract that. That leaves us with 10. All right, what times 2 gives you 10? Oh, I know that off the top of my head. 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. Now I can minus. I'm done with that part. All I have left to do now is to add these numbers up over here, and that gives me 15. Whew, great. Now I know with all that dividing, all those steps, I know that the summer camp job, one girl will earn $15 per hour. Yay! Am I done? Almost. So remember, we have 2 questions to answer in this problem. It says, which job pays more per hour for each girl? I think based on our answers here, you can see that. But it also asks us, it pays how much more per hour? So all we have to do to figure out that is to take our answers here and do what with them? subtract. You're right. Let's go ahead and do that. And that way we'll have all the answers that we need and we can just plug them into our page over here. Okay, so we need to do a little subtracting. And it will look like this. We need to do $15 minus $13. Now you could just count up in your head 13, 14, 15, and that leaves you with 2. Okay, so our answer would be $2 more, that the summer camp job pays $2 more an hour than the babysitting job. Okay, now we have everything that we need to plug in all these answers, okay? So take a look over here. You're going to love me for this. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I don't care about the estimate right now. What I think is most important is you just learning how to do the actual problem. So for all the problems on here that you'll be working with today, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you don't have to do the estimate. You're welcome. All right, you know how I feel about those estimates sometimes. Now let's jump into plugging in our numbers here, okay? So what job pays more per hour? Yeah, you're right, the summer camp job. The summer camp job pays more. It's $15 an hour as opposed to the babysitting job of $13. Okay, and then the second question asks us it pays blank more per hour, and when we subtracted those two, we got $2. So it pays $2 more per hour. Okay? So, lots of steps that you're going to be doing on your division number stories, but it's going to be a piece of cake if you stay organized, show your work, underline the things that you know, underline what you notice, and that way it'll be easier for you to figure out all the millions of different things that they're going to ask you. So don't let this math journal trick you. You're smarter than that, okay? You guys can do hard stuff. So hopefully having an example and, remembering how to do that partial quotients division helps you get going on the rest of these. Okay, so have fun finishing the rest of these. Remember, you don't have to do the estimate. Just work hard on getting that actual problem answered, okay? So have fun. I miss you guys a ton, and I hope this helps you on a good start for the rest of these math problems, okay? All right, remember, subscribe, like, leave me a comment, even if it's a comment just to say hello. I love getting your comments. So I'll see you next time, guys. Have a great day. Bye.